They bring color and class to the catwalk, introducing new styles and trends. The sophisticated Giorgio Armani, the graceful Monique Lhuillier, exquisite Nina Ricci, romantic and beautiful Alberta Ferretti, and YSL, one of fashion's greatest designers. He is an influential designer who has defined the fashion since the 70s and is known for his clean and tailored lines. Labeled the father of Italian fashion is Giorgio Armani. Born in 1934 into a humble family in the Italian town of Piacenza, 80 kilometers south of Milan, and 70 years on, Armani's fashion designs have made him one of the most influential designers of the 20th century. However, he originally planned a different career path. He studied medicine for 2 years, which he then gave up to pursue photography. This dream came to an end as well after he was called up for national service in 1957. Eventually, he became interested in fashion and was offered a job in Milan department store La Rinascente as a window dresser. Armani's first big break, though, came in the early 1960s when he was hired to design a menswear line for well-known fashion house Nino Cerruti. Later, Armani began a freelance design business, and with the help of his close friend Sergio Galeotti, the Giorgio Armani label was set up, and his menswear label was established in 1974, with his womenswear line following 12 months later. Armani's signature jackets for both men and women really changed the traditional tailoring, and by the late 70s, his clothes were becoming part of the trend. His suits for men were loved, and his designs for women, which were both masculine and feminine, as well as modern and elegant, were admired. He began dressing many high-profile names and had his work featured in films, although it wasn't until 1980 that he achieved his international breakthrough when he designed and tailored suits for Richard Gere's wardrobe in the film American Gigolo. Armani then went on to dress almost every superstar in the world. His expertise is sought by many, and his fashion shows are always star-studded events. But he also caters for the not-so-well-heeled with off-the-peg designs. The who's who of Hollywood's A-list celebrities are constantly walking the red carpet draped in Armani, such as Oscar winners and leading ladies Cate Blanchett and Helen Mirren, as well as Beyoncé and Kerry Washington. While at the 2007 Oscars, it was Armani that stole the show. The designer outfitted almost every male star at the awards. In 2003, fashion guru Armani was honored with the inaugural Rodeo Drive Walk of Style Award, where he was very gratified to be recognized after many years. Presented with a torso, a miniature version of the Robert Graham sculpture which stands on Rodeo Drive, a permanent plaque was embedded into the ground to honor Armani. Armani's brand now includes 6 major fashion lines. However, his Armani Pride Haute Couture line made history, being the first Haute Couture Paris fashion show to be broadcast live online. The Armani Pride line is purely made to wear and cannot be purchased in stores. However, it can be ordered and custom made for anyone willing to pay the price. Again, high-profile celebrities like Cate Blanchett favor this particular brand. He's not just a designer. Giorgio Armani is a fashion icon. Having been in the industry for many years, he has built a brand that carries with it a style of sophistication that could never be underestimated. She is known for her glamorous evening gowns and beautiful dresses perfect for award shows. However, Monique Lhuillier first made a name for herself designing bridal gowns. Using lots of fabric and embellishments to create textures and shapes, her lavish dresses are adorned with over-the-top encrusted jewels and thick silk cording over tweeds.
I'm a true believer in classic, beautiful things. You know, in every season, I try to elevate it by incorporating a new technique of beading or new fabrics and new shapes, but always keeping that prettiness in mind.
Born to parents with French, Spanish and Filipino descendants, Lhuillier gained her love for fashion from the influence of her mother's style and the importance that had on her family as they travelled. By the age of 15, Lhuillier was attending the esteemed Chateau Montchoisy boarding school in Switzerland, where she realised her dream of becoming a fashion designer. Moving to Los Angeles, she studied at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising, where she excelled, and while here decided to focus on luxury markets where she would specialize in bridal and evening gowns. After receiving a design and production position at a small French firm that focused on evening wear, Lhuillier decided to take time off to focus on her wedding to soon-to-be business partner Tom Bugabee. And it was then that her attention was drawn to designing wedding gowns after creating her own. By 1996, Lhuillier had launched her first bridal collection, which was well received, and her efforts were very successful. In 2001, she designed her first evening collection, which became a ready-to-wear collection. Her creations are very feminine and defined by beautiful workmanship and luxurious fabrics.
I'm known for these glamorous, big, dramatic gowns, and then I love how it just has a hint of beading up here. And if you notice, we gave it that vintage finish to it, so it looks like it's been in the collection for a long time. And I love how it has that aged look, and yet it's so current and modern for today.
Since designing romantic, modern and stylish gowns, Lhuillier has gained a huge celebrity clientele, not only dressing them for the red carpet, but also designing many of their wedding gowns. She made headlines when she designed Britney Spears' long Italian silk wedding gown for her marriage to Kevin Federline. But it wasn't just the wedding dress she designed, she also created Britney's post-ceremony dress, the bridesmaids, mother of the bride and mother of the groom dresses. Lhuillier is one of the designers of choice for trendy, gorgeous celebrities, whether they're walking down the aisle or walking the red carpet. Actress Scarlett Johansson, when presenting at the Grammys, wore a Lhuillier-designed navy and black cocktail dress with a fitted corset, while Eva Longoria has also been spotted posing in a short Monique Lhuillier dress. Other celebrities who are fond of Lhuillier's designs are Desperate Housewives stars Terry Hatcher and Marsha Cross, and Ugly Betty's America Ferrera. Her bridal wear has been among some of the best in the industry, winning her an abundance of awards. In 2001, she was awarded the Glamorous Bridal Award. In 2002, the Avant-Garde Bridal Designer Award. And in 2003, she was named Designer of the Year from Wedding Dresses magazine and the bridal industry members. The same year, she was inducted as a new member of the Council of Fashion Designers of America. As a leading label when it comes to bridal and ready-to-wear, her designs are collections of handmade imported fabrics, hand-beaded laces, elegant embroideries with beautiful silk, satin and chiffon. Monique Lhuillier, along with her designs, is graceful, exciting and timeless. Haute couture house Nina Ricci, an internationally renowned French luxury brand, has been synonymous with timeless elegance and sophistication since the day it was founded. Though best known originally for its unforgettable scent Le Havre de Temps, Nina Ricci's history actually began in haute couture with the opening of a fashion house in Paris in 1932 by Madame Ricci and her son Robert. She designed gowns while Robert managed the business and finances. Nina Ricci designs soon became known for their refined, romantic, always feminine detailing. She was determined to create clothes that brought the fairy tale back into fashion. In 1963, Gerard Pipart became the head designer of the fashion house and remained as designer of both the couture and boutique collections for 30 years. He kept the Nina Ricci aesthetic alive with beautiful and elegant dresses. Feminine prints and shapes made up Pipart's contribution to the Nina Ricci fashion house, with gowns of different themes often sent down the catwalk. From lace-layered dresses to pink leopard print evening gowns, Pipart's collections are diverse. His 1998 collection was topped off by the wedding dress, featuring a red rose print full skirt, pink rose printed bodice, and worn with an oversized hat and veil. In 1998, Nina Ricci was acquired by the Barcelona-based Puig Beauty and Fashion Group, which aims to raise the brand's global profile. After Pipart came Miriam Schaefer, who had designed at Jean Paul Gaultier for 7 years, but her collections didn't impress the critics and were labelled boring. Canadian designer Natalie Gervais joined the house in 1999 to reinvigorate the Nina Ricci name. Her luxurious and on-trend designs put the label back on solid ground with feminine evening gowns. Gervais's early 2001 collection did not disappoint. The very soft and subtle line included many featherweight fabrics like chiffon, cashmere and light velvet. She left the fashion house and Lars Nilsson took over. His collections used silk for sensual evening outfits featuring vivid colours such as red and purple or black, combined with white and peach pink, giving his evening dresses a sexy touch. His departure from Nina Ricci saw Belgian designer Olivier Teysken take on the role of artistic director. For his highly anticipated debut at Ricci, Teysken offered a collection that featured Angora knits and swirling evening gowns in evanescent shades of grey and tangy lemon yellow. It is Teysken's gorgeous collections that have seen his gowns become a hit with Hollywood starlets like Sarah Jessica Parker, who referred to his ethereal dresses as works of art. He also draped Oscar winners Marion Cotillard and Reese Witherspoon, who he calls the embodiment of the Nina Ricci woman, in his beautiful designs. Teysken injected a much-needed shot of youth and femininity to the French fashion house, and he has been acclaimed for his vision since taking over as the role of artistic director. In the 21st century, Nina Ricci remains best known for its fragrances, especially the enduringly classic L'air de Crème, as well as a growing number of other fragrances and skincare products. The house of Nina Ricci has endured many different faces, but the aesthetic always stays the same. Elegant, but with a tailored twist, the French fashion house's collections continue to dazzle consumers and critics alike. Alberta Ferretti is the queen of sexiness, and she, better than almost anyone, knows how to make a woman look good. For more than 30 years, her name has been synonymous with beautiful and ethereal gowns, delicate dresses cut into demure shapes of romance and softness. Her subtle blend of tough and delicate in her fabrics and designs has seen her become a favorite choice for red carpet events. The Italian designer spent her childhood surrounded by colourful fabrics and designs displayed throughout her mother's dress shop. Ferretti began designing her own clothes in the 70s, and within 10 years her own eponymous line made its debut on the catwalk in Milan and has been a favourite of the Fashion Week schedule ever since. She opened her own boutique at the age of 18 and went on to carry Versace and Armani clothing within just a few years. Her own collection was launched when a customer noticed her pieces throughout the store and was impressed. It was then that the Alberta Ferretti name officially launched into the design world. Her clothes are both feminine and modern, made from the most delicate of fabrics like chiffon and georgette. They caught the attentions of women all over the world, and by the mid-1990s, Ferretti's designs were sold at upscale American retailers like Bergdorf Goodman and Neiman Marcus. Over the years, she's become renowned for her soft, feminine designs and light, fluid collections. From beautiful chiffon dresses to simple tunics, her creations radiate sophistication. Ferretti started the AF Group in 1999, which produces and distributes clothing by brands such as Moschino, Jean Paul Gaultier and Narcisco Rodriguez. AFE is owned by Ferretti and her brother Massimo. She launched a younger label called Philosophy di Alberta Ferretti in the late 90s. More contemporary than her main line, Philosophy shares its romantic approach to fashion, but adds a young, cool twist, tweeds and silks with wool skirts and crochet dresses. Ferretti defined the spirit of the Philosophy label, saying, "Philosophy is for modern women with attitude. You can use the past, but it has to be done in a contemporary way." Both Ferretti labels are popular with Hollywood actresses. Kate Beckinsale and Tina Fey have both been seen on the red carpet in her distinctive designs, as have Oscar nominees Cate Blanchett and Saoirse Ronan, who wore a stunning green Alberta Ferretti dress to the 2008 Academy Awards. Considered one of the most inventive designers in Milan, her construction of clothing are proof of her design genius. Her clothes have a dreamlike quality with a twist, making them not just beautiful, but interesting. Empire-line dresses are drop-waisted with detailed necklines that include bold edging, beads or ribbons in a vintage yet modern design. Her colour palette includes gold, beige and girly blue and pink. Ferretti's business sense, combined with her flair for design, has seen her incredible company go from strength to strength. Of course, it helps with increased sales when your designs are seen on Hollywood stars at film premieres. Blending romanticism and functionality, Ferretti has become one of the fashion powerhouses in Italy. Her clothes stress individuality, and she has some of the world's hottest models showcasing her designs on the catwalk. With a mixture of imagination, hard work and dedication, Alberta Ferretti has reached great heights from very modest beginnings, proving that all success takes is a vision and determination to see it happen. Credited with changing forever what women wore, Yves Saint Laurent is one of the greatest figures in French fashion and of the 20th century. He made the trouser suit a daytime staple and the tuxedo an elegant option. He also popularized safari jackets and thigh-high boots, and his transparent blouses made mere nudity acceptable in high society. The eldest child of a wealthy French industrialist, Saint Laurent was born and grew up in the then French colony of Algeria and showed a talent for design, making clothes for his younger sister's dolls. At 17, he entered a Paris fashion school, and his sketch for a cocktail dress won first prize in an annual contest. Introduced to Christian Dior, the gangly Saint Laurent was hired on the spot by the creator of the new look and became his chief assistant. On Dior's death in 1957, Saint Laurent became chief designer and swiftly outshone his mentor. After his first collection introduced the widely copied trapeze silhouette with narrow shoulders and flared skirt, the shy 21-year-old was pushed out onto the Dior building balcony, and crowds in the avenue below hailed him like royalty. Saint Laurent directed Dior for 3 years until drafted for military service during the Algerian War. Pierre Berg, a French industrialist and lifelong partner of Saint Laurent, eventually arranged financial backing and helped Saint Laurent present his first collection under his own name in 1962. The YSL empire grew steadily, and Saint Laurent showed an instinctive ability to sense what the mood on the streets was and turn it into high fashion. Despite personal demons, his business empire thrived, and the 1989 flotation was a runaway success. He was the first to use black models on the runway, creating great opportunities for Naomi Campbell, Iman and Katusha, his muse in the late 80s, who was found drowned in the Seine in Paris early in 2008. In 1992, YSL was absorbed by cosmetics and drugs company Sanofi, with Saint Laurent retaining creative control. Then in 1999, it was bought by the Gucci Group, itself controlled by French luxury giant PPR. Saint Laurent continued designing the haute couture collection, while American fashion designer Tom Ford was asked to design the ready-to-wear collection. The couture creations of the reclusive Saint Laurent won global fine art status, and he was widely considered to be one of an elite club of designers, including Christian Dior and Coco Chanel, who made Paris the fashion capital of the world. He ruled the French fashion scene until his retirement in 2002, leaving Tom Ford now as creative director of YSL. However, in 2000, Italian fashion designer Stefano Pilati joined the fashion house as women's design director. By 2004, he was promoted to creative director, taking the reins from Ford. Pilati respected the French fashion house's tradition of elegant silhouettes and added a touch of modernity with sequin stars and geometrical forms. In June 2008, Saint Laurent passed away at his residence in Paris. His funeral was attended by celebrities he clothed and designers he inspired, including actress Catherine Deneuve, a former muse of the designer. Hailed as the king of haute couture, Yves Saint Laurent was among the most influential designers during the most important era of Parisian fashion. He changed the way women dressed, most enduringly by making it glamorous and feminine to wear pants.